the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, because tonight we are here on a Labor Day weekend as OP Racing Premier Series brings you the Dega 250 and change right here at Talladega, the 63 of Logan Helton out on the speedway. He is going to go across the start-finish line, and the driver of the 63 is going to start his qualifying effort as he works his way around this 2.66 mile super speedway. The 23 of Sebastian Marin has already put in a qualifying time, but he is rolling back out to get in a few more laps. So Sebastian Marin at a 54.27. But all that being said, I do want to point out that I am in the booth tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. And one more person in the booth with me. He did bring the butter and the popcorn. He is somebody I dearly enjoy doing this with on a Monday night. That is none other than Al Labor Day Smith. How you doing, Al?
Oh, not too bad, Care. How are you doing on this wonderful Labor Day weekend? Nothing else I'd want to be doing on a Monday night when it's raining here in, well, my neck of the woods on eastern side of the country. Not sure what the weather's doing for you, but the sun is out. We've got 30 plus race cars here at Talladega for round number 6. It's already hard to believe that we're 6 races deep into season 9.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, it is hard to believe that. What's even harder to believe is that, well, Logan Helton has won the last 3 out of 5 races. I've never seen a driver get off to a hotter start. And right now, Logan Helton inside the top 5 for qualifying. Vicente Guerrero from Limitless in the 14 making his way around. Al, we do have quite the field here tonight for drivers for a holiday weekend. So that's a good sign. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 making his way out onto the speedway. BK Anderson just posted his lap time. Good enough for 12th place for the moment.
And Guerrero is going to jump into that number 5 position. The field is so tight. Sebastian Marin, currently your provisional pole sitter. Gabe Butler, 0.006 seconds off of that pole time. That's how close that is, KR, here tonight at the Talladega Super Speedway. And what's supposed to be, well, not supposed to be, is going to be one of the most wild races we're going to see. If we're going to see them 3 and 4 wide here in Talladega, well, it's wide enough to do that.
That it is. We got Bobby Helton checking in, we got Michelle Anderson checking in, and we got Sean McCara flashing across the start finish line. Good enough for 22nd spot. Peter DeBorgia just ahead of him in 21st. And Al, Qualifying for the 44 of Anthony English. Gonna see him jump inside the top 10, 7th place for the 44.
And the next driver to come across the line is going to be the number 04 of Mark Mann, a fan favorite out there in that Batmobile here tonight, working his way through turns 3 and 4. We'll see what kind of lap that the 04 of Mann can put up, and a lot of, you were talking about Logan Helton a little bit earlier here, KR. Last season, didn't get to the start he wanted at the end of the season. Probably was one of the most, streaky, as Mark Manuel puts it, 4th on the board. And, Logan Helton, you said, coming out here winning 3 of the first 5 races this season. Not to my surprise. The kid was very fast at the end of the season, found some speed, found some luck, and has carried it over here into season 9.
Well, Alan Fritsch is saying that the 12 of Zach Fritsch is the one he is rooting for. Kevin Nagel's rooting for his Limitless boys. Miss Mara Clark, how you doing, Mara? She is, of course, cheering for the 04 of Mark Mann. Bobby Helton for the 63 of Logan Helton. And Miss Michelle Anderson, of course, cheering for BK Anderson. So, Al, I don't have anyone specific I am cheering for tonight.
I know one thing.
What?
You're rooting against the blue ovals.
I was going to say that something along those lines.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. That's why you put me out here in the roof. My bald spot gets sunburnt here tonight.
Absolutely. Oh, did you get the suntan lotion I sent you?
Yeah, it was
By the
super
way,
glue.
that's just cooking oil. That's not suntan lotion.
Oh, no wonder I just smell like bacon's frying.
Yes. All right, here we go, guys. We are going to step away for the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup right after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network as OP Racing Premier Series, presented by Butt Kicker, gets ready to roll out onto the grid. So let's go ahead and fire up our starting lineup here tonight on the inside of row number 1 with a time of 54.279, the 23 of Sebastian Marin. To his outside, that is the 88 of Gabe Butler. That front row is two stellar super speedway drivers. Row number 2, Cody Nagels in the 6, the 06 from Limitless. This driver is making some big waves here in his rookie year. Keep an eye out on that 06. Mark Mann in the 04 on the outside of row number 2. That is a Hall of Famer right there and a possible future Hall of Famer to his inside. Logan Helton in the 63 and Vicente Guerrero for row number 3. Row 4, the 77 of David Booth and Anthony English in the 44. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 and Les Levy in the 62 to make up row number 5.
Row number 6 is going to have the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and his outside of the 071 of Eric Laurie. Dak Workman and Josh Milam will make up row number 7. Row number 8 is going to go to Zach French and BK Anderson for Limitless in car number 32. JD Crow will start 17th, and outside of him, the number 53, this is the Buck Wild Racing entry of Dave Hunt. Row number 10 will be Tyler Miller and Travis Elliott in car number 51.
Row number 11, that is going to be Sean Stevens and Bob Lacavera. And right behind them is going to be, Sean Stevens and Jim Mayer, Daniel Holloway and Bob Lacavera. That's row 11 and 12. Row 13 is going to be Peter DeBorgia and Sean McCare. Row 14, Alex Green and Richard Kuhn. And row 15 will be the 8 of Cody Ober and the 42 of Nate Warren.
Starting 31st will be the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, and 32nd, the Checker Flag Motorsports number 46 of David Overstreet. Rick Seabrands and Ernie Williams will make up 33rd and 34th, and shotgun on the field for Meteor Racing. It's car number 82. This is Dan Harrington. That's your 35 car starting grid here tonight for round number 6 for the OP Premier Series. We're getting ready to go green flag racing as we close in on the halfway point of the regular season. Who is it going to be here tonight? Logan Helton, 3 wins on the season. Joining him in the win columns here this season, it is Barry in the number 1 and the 7 of Milam. Those are your 3 winners. Will we get our 4th different winner, or one of those repeat? We're going to find out as they crawl through the tri-oval to the green flag. Sebastian Marin and Gabe Butler will get the green flag, and we are underway with round number 6.
Both drivers dropping the hammers. They're going to head off into turn number 1. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia already down below the yellow line. He is looking to drop to the back when that move is being made. But the 23 is Sebastian Marin. That basketball race car already has a good lead coming off of turn number 2. But look out, here comes the 88 of Gabe Butler, who has not won a race yet this season. And you better believe he is starting to get hungry.
A lot of these drivers really hungry to get that win column. That's the only way to really guarantee your way into the postseason. But Marin with a good push on the inside from the rookie of Nagels. They'll push the 23 of Marin out to the race lead once again off of turn number 4. Here they come through the tri-oval. Butler with a head of steam. Top 3 on the outside line. You have Butler, Dan, and Guerrero. That's your top 3 on the outside line headed to turn number 1.
So the 23 and the 88, your race leaders right now. They head down the back stretch. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our race info here tonight. Logan Helton is the one that is on a hot streak. He has won the first 3 out of 5 races here tonight. And that makes you start to wonder who can be perfect here in race number 6, because it is starting to seem like you have got to make the right calls and be in the right place at the right time to overcome the steam, the momentum that Logan the Kid Helton has. Keep in mind our stages are at lap 25 and lap 50. And of course, we have one fast repair available to the drivers here in this race tonight.
Good battle. Butler dropped to the inside. Now Marin to the outside. He's getting pushed by Man. Nagel's giving the help to the Guinness, number 88 of Gabe Butler. They're 2x2, but a little bit deeper in the pack to 21 of Holloway. Getting up there, he's 3 wide, and he's got, I believe, Overstreet right in his back pocket.
Side by side, the 23 and the 88. At the start-finish line, Marin nosing ahead just a little bit. Sebastian Marin started this race on the inside. Gabe Butler started on the outside. For the moment, those two have switched positions. You got the basketball and you got the beer can. One of those two is going to roll down the straightaway a little bit better than the other. I think it has a lot to do with who's pushing it.
I believe you are right, and they are still 2x2 around the Talladega Super Speedway, and you're going to see this all race along. So sit in your seat, on the edge of it, hit that thumbs up. They're already 11 thumbs up, KR, here tonight. These drivers, they go back and watch this race. They see those thumbs up, and that makes them put on the show that you're seeing right now, pushes them to drive as hard as they are. How about the 3 wide action? You still got it. Oh, one car out of shape. That looks like JD Crow down to the apron. He catches it. Thank God for the extra asphalt.
Oh! Got
Big
into
wreck.
the 82 of Daniel Holloway. Rick Seabrand's up in smoke. Holloway in smoke. Or I'm sorry, not Holloway. Harrington. My apologies. Dan Harrington, JD Crow, and Rick Seabrand's all getting damage on this one, and we're under our first yellow of the night. Take a look and see what happened here. The two of JD Crow going to slide up the track as he couldn't get it slowed down. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to put him down there. We're going to have to back this up quite a bit. As we get this keyed up, JD Crow in the 2. Looks like Holloway in the 21.
Looks like he
Maybe.
came down, doesn't it, KR? Look, to try to avoid La Cavera and just got the right rear quarter panel. Is that McCarra that was involved too, the 71?
I believe so. On board with David Overstreet, and it's already happened. Overstreet right alongside of it, but you can see that the two of JD Crow trying to slow down, but just cannot get it woed up to make the corner. Unfortunately, that is a fast repair for all of those drivers involved, because those are some hard hits and their engines have gone up in smoke.
Yeah, so they're going to race the rest of this race very smart. Hopefully stay out of it. Not what you want to see here on lap number 4 early on in this one. It looks like the whole field's going to come down pit road. Remember, we go to lap 25 for stage number 1. I still think that you'll have to see a green flag stop. I don't believe they should be able to make it from this point forward.
So down and away they come. Headed right at your eyeballs from this camera angle. Sebastian Marin winning the race off of pit road. And that was everyone hitting pit lane. Do want to take a moment and give a shout out to Alyssa, cheering for the 33. How you doing, Miss Alyssa? Dustin Barber, a driver from FSR, not able to make it out here tonight. Dustin, wish you were out here, but thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello. And of course, do want to give a shout out to Miss Tammy Helton. She is cheering for Alliance Motorsports and the 63 of Logan Helton.
A lot of faithfuls out there. We thank you for tuning in and commenting, keeping KR, you know, somewhat straight and down the narrow path.
Ooh.
At least they try.
They try. There is only one person I know of that's been able to succeed.
Your race car?
My wife.
Oh, she's a saint.
Yes, she is. All right. So the field has made its pit stop. The entire field has made a pit stop. We're going to go to lap 25, or the completion of lap 25, for this stage. Everyone came down pit road on lap 6. I expect to see everyone try and top off once again. And then you're hoping for one more caution, because that's how close it is on fuel. And Limitless gonna stay out. Cody Nagel stays out. Vicente Guerrero stays out. And a handful of drivers, everyone else gonna come down and top off. So now the drivers who have stayed out, they are banking hard on a caution to help them get to the end. Everyone else who hit pit road says we're good either way at this point.
And only 7 drivers did stay out. Take a look at that 71 and see if he's got front end damage. Drew did a good job if they did not use the backup car. Don't see a wrinkle, or maybe a little bit of wrinkle on that right front fender, KR.
The 71 of Sean McCarron possibly does have some damage. It is hard from our camera angles to see that damage and know whether it's 100% fixed or going to slow him down one way or another. But I'll tell you, Al, either way, the 71 going for a strategy call here and not coming down pit road.
Yep. I mean, and remember last season, if you were with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, Sean was race control. So he put that hat down, picked up the helmet, got back out there this year, which we love to see. Josh says hi.
Oh,
Not
hi,
sure if you're
Josh.
following along there. Josh Medlock. Thanks for tuning in.
There's Josh. Hi, Josh. Josh is here. Tammy is here. Dustin said hello. Alyssa, Maxine. Ooh, I miss Miss Maxine. How you doing, Miss Maxine? Lights are out on that Ford butt stain. It's probably going to have to hit pit road to get that fixed. That's embarrassing.
That was a Chevy wire that fell apart.
On a Ford?
Yeah. Well, they tried it because you keep ragging on the blue ovals.
Well, it is what it is. Someone's got to win the race here tonight. Limitless out in front. The 06 of Cody Nagels and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. The 32 of BK Anderson deep in the pack. That makes up the rest of Limitless that is out here tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. And JD Crow in the 2. Good grief, KR. Pay attention. And the caution flag coming out right away. Not
Looks
sure
like-
what happened there.
Looks like Travis Elliott and Nate Warren in trouble. At least that's what I caught at the end there. Not sure what happened, but it looks like those two drivers have some damage. I know Elliott's Monster Energy can is ripped open on the backside.
Both drivers through the tri-oval. Looked like a checkup happened and an accordion effect. And both drivers going through the tri-oval end up smacking into each other and turning down into the infield. Smack the inside wall on the pit lane.
You gotta wonder if 24, looks like Tyler Miller maybe got the backside of the 42 of Nate Warren. So some heavy front end damage to that disturbed number 24.
On board with Tyler Miller. There you have it. A very quick caution coming out. And everyone gets pulled in back behind the pace car.
This is going to work out for those drivers that came down on lap 6 and was banking for that extra yellow.
Yep, that plan for them is going to end up working out for the moment, as we are going to spend the next few laps under caution. Going to help them stretch their fuel tank to the end of stage number 1 at the completion of lap 25.
No, I got looking around today, Kara. It's hard to believe that we are already into week 13, which means we're going to have some updates coming and all that fun stuff. I was doing a little bit of reading on that. I don't think it's going to upset super speedway racing in any fashion, but got a new build coming for iRacing.
Yep, that's going to fire off tomorrow.
Yeah, so this is the last time on what they call season 3. I asked someone today, I said, where the hell did this year go? How are we already in season 4?
It seems like it gets faster and faster every year.
Yeah, how do you stop, pump the brakes on that?
I don't know. But anyways, lights.
Plus some new lights are on, aren't they?
The lights are on, so somehow somebody figured out how to fix a Ford butt stain.
Uh-huh. It is a good looking pace car.
I don't know about that.
I don't like seeing it on the racetrack though.
Kind of ugly.
Yes.
That's all right. There's a couple of Fords out there that aren't necessarily ugly. Man. So 2 cautions coming out very quickly here in stage number 1. Lights should go out on the pace car this time around. And now, I don't know about you, but I don't know who to give stage 1 to yet. I can't make that decision. Like, I don't know who's been the dominant car in this stage.
Yeah, I mean, at the drop of the green flag, if you were going to ask me, I would based on how they were all stacked up 2 by 2, I would say probably Marin or Gabe Butler. They seem to have the fast cars, getting the good pushes from behind and able to maintain their position on the racetrack. Now they're mirrored back there, row 4 and back further. And you got some fast cars up there. You got 2 rookies on the front row with Guerrero and Nagels. Then you're going to have, the veterans of English and Fritz. And Fritz has had speed all season long. You got Bob Lacavera and you got Dave Hunt in the 53 up there as well. So this season is wide open as far as I'm concerned. I know that Logan Helton has won 3 races out of the 5 that have been completed so far. But those races were highly contested, and Logan was able to play the chess game correctly and get the wins. And great job by him and his team to do so. But I don't think that really tells the story of what we have seen so far here in season 9, of just how competitive this season is. I thought last season was competitive. Now in my second season with you guys here on Monday nights, it's just wide open. You know, it's impressive what Logan has done. You cannot look past that. To have 3 wins in the amount of starts already this season is really unheard of, because we had a lot of different winners last year.
Yes, we did, and so far the wins haven't been spread out in quite the same way, but this season still very young. Lights are out on the Ford Mustang. Vicente Guerrero and Cody Nagels on the front row once again for this restart. And we are going to get the green flag this time around.
Going to be 13 laps to go in stage number 1.
As the pace car hits pit lane, everyone else through the tri-oval. That long wait, but here they are in the restart zone. Green flag is out, and we are back underway for the Dega 250 and change. Side by side into turn number 1. The 14 and the 06 from Limitless.
Here they go, already 3 wide. Here comes Sebastian Marin peeking to the outside around Logan Cabrera. He's got the 04 of Man right there, tucked up the tailgate down the back stretch, and they've got Jeff Crosby coming into play with the gold tin can for Skull Bandit here tonight. They're also bringing how about the 27 of Stevens working the outside, already jumping 3 by 3 with just 12 laps remaining. This time by stage number 1. They're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. They come across, but Anthony English to the front in the 44.
Anthony English in that 44 out in front. Anthony English, a driver for Buck Wild Racing, and anytime a Buck Wild Racing driver gets out in front, that means it is time to let the Bucks go wild on the front lawn with some snow on the ground. Man, oh man, I love when the Bucks go wild. They're throwing it down, backing that thing up.
Yeah, they are. They are still 3 by 3 up at the front of this one as those Bucks have gone wild. But Anthony English, Zach Fritz giving him a push, and they are stacked up 3 by 3, 4 rows deep, and a little bit deeper behind them. This is the kind of racing we were expecting coming here to Talladega. The party last night down in the Boulevard was quite wild. The drivers let loose, and they knew tonight, strapping the helmet on here on a Labor Day Classic here at Talladega, that it was going to be wild, and they needed to be concentrated here tonight. They are showing why. Look how close they are. Side draft in that middle lane, really moving around. Bob Lacavera dancing around in that number 5. Gabe Butler not liking what he sees. He'll bail out to the back of the field.
3 wide racing down this Talladega super stretch. They all are digging hard right now. The 23 all the way up to the top shelf. Down on the bottom lane, well, that is the 606 of Cody Nagels, but he has some big help from his teammate, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. And Al, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our stage winners so far this season, as this one is winding down now. Zach Critch picked up his first 2 stage wins ever in OP Racing last week. Puts him on top of the board with Jimmy Reynolds in the 26. Also having 2 stage wins, Cody Nagels, Josh Marlin, Zach Workman, Sebastian Marin, BK Anderson, and Logan Helton all have 1 stage win. So those guys trying to put themselves in position to win a stage once again.
Yeah, they are. Now Nagels jumps up in front of Anthony English. That's going to check up that middle lane with a little bit of bumper tag. Here comes Guerrero to the inside. 23 of Sebastian Marin still leading the outside lane. So they're not as formed up as the bottom two. Down in the turn number 1 they come. It is Nagels with a great push off the front bumper of the 44 of English as they go through turns 1 and 2 to come down the Talladega super stretch.
Couple cars peeling off down below the racing line. They want no part of what's been going on with this battle to win the stage. Could be a smart move. We'll see how it plays out. As we go and take a quick look at our point standings coming into tonight's race. Logan Helton with 3 race wins. That driver, for sure, probably locked into the playoffs as long as he meets the 9 race requirement. And then Chase Berry and Josh Milam picking up wins as well. Sebastian Marin still looking for his first win. Zach Workman, Gabe Butler, Zach Fritch. All these guys putting themselves in great spots at the end of the race to get into victory lane and or capitalize on some big point gains. Cody Nagels and BK Anderson, right now they are above the cutoff line, and you can see why that is because both drivers finding themselves running out in front of this race.
And they've been able to calculate some stage points throughout the opening races this season here in the OP Premier Series as they still are 3 wide up at the front, top 5 cars out to the outside. And that looks like to be Josh Milam, the 5th car in line there behind Stevens. And they are still working through their Nagels, getting a good push from the inside. 2 rookies nose to tail off of turn number 2 on that inside lane. Nagels and Guerrero, they are working down the backstretch. Fritch and English in the middle. They've got a fast number 26 on Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds has been fast this season, but has not had the lucky rabbits, but has been caught up in some nasty wrecks here this early on this season. Looking to rebound here starting in round number 6.
Three wide through the tri-oval. Cody Nagels and the 06 has the race lead as we're going to start lap 20 of 25 for this stage. And now these guys have been 3 wide for many laps now. Cody Nagels last on pit road on lap 6. Several other cars last hit pit road on lap 10. Daniel Holloway in the 21 leading all the drivers who hit pit road on lap 10. We'll see how this fuel strategy is going to play out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can make it or they're going to have to peel off. And you're noticing that that 3 wide group starting to thin out. Some of the drivers kind of hitting the hooks, KR, getting it back out of this as they're seeing how aggressive these drivers are up at the front of the pack. Zach Fritz 1 lap ago took that hard right-hand turn to get up in front of Marin. It's going to pay off. He'll lead at the stripe over English. And they work through turns 1 and 2. So the outside lane, a great push by the 23 of Marin. But now Nagels will cut to the inside. He'll get past to the 44 of English. It's a dead heat. 3 wide drag race down the back stretch.
Down the back stretch they go. Our fastest lap of the race being turned by the 8 of Cody Ober at a 50.22. We'll see if anyone can turn a faster lap. And as they are digging hard, running 3 wide right now at the front of the field, you got to wonder if running 3 wide is slowing them down. But at the same time, that might be slowing their overall pace down. But it is sure as heck making it hard to pass.
It is. No one can really go anywhere. Right now, you got to play that patience game, but knowing that the top 10 are going to get points that could either make it or break you come to the cutoff race here for the regular season, and those are all important. And oh, there goes Bob Lacavera. He's getting touched by Alex Green. He's hard in the inside wall. Big wreck down the backstretch for the 5 of Bob Lacavera.
Big trouble for Bob Lacavera. He is still trying to get that car sorted and rolling. And now he finally gets a gear and keeps going. Bad news. Rules state that if it's a 1-car incident, no caution flag coming out, especially if it is down below the racing line. And so the 5 of La Cavera going to end up getting cut short, and the 14 and the 06 make contact as the yellow flag comes out.
I believe that is going to be the end of the stage. Nagels goes for a spin. Now more cars involved. La Cavera, or not La Cavera, the 71 of Macara getting involved as well. David Booth spun to the inside. Big trouble here in that last mile and a half.
Yeah, it looked like teammates had a bit of a misunderstanding. The 06 of Cody Engels, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, gonna make contact through the tri-oval as we got this keyed up. Watch the 53 of Dave Hunt. He's gonna get involved as well. He collects the 71 and the 77. And so the yellow flag coming out. And there are some more cars involved there that have to use a fast repair as their engines have gone up in smoke.
Yeah, that tough break there. Looked like Nagels maybe got a little bit loose through that tri-oval, and that's easy to do. The cars get really light in that section of the racetrack, and they got put 4 wide, and Guerrero nowhere to go. Just got that left rear. Been there, done that before, KR. You feel bad if you're the one that's hooking the other person, but really, there's an unfortunate racing accident right there. And it looks like Anthony English going to come down pit road. That might be the end of stage number 1.
And I have been told by a driver on the inside that it is the 44 of Anthony English as our stage 1 winner. He gets serviced by his pit crew, drops the jack down, and away he goes. Let's see if we can't talk to our stage 1 winner, and that is the 44 of Anthony English. Mr. English, you got your ears on, buddy.
Yes, sir, KR.
Well, man, you win the stage here tonight. Nice job. That 44 picks up stage number 1 at Talladega. Tell us a little bit about how you did it.
Oh man, well, I'm sitting bubble. I'm only 4 points above the cut, so I just wanted to try to stay up front. Had a good run right off that last restart, shot to the outside, and kind of just stayed there. Cody came up a couple times, and I got him back clear. He went back down, and I don't really know what happened there for that caution, but I know Cody came up, blocked me. I pushed him clear of Vincent, I think, and something happened, and caution came out, and I had a winning stage, so I'll take it. I need the points. I think that's my first stage of the year, too.
It is your first stage of this year, so nice job getting that done. And at a time, like you're saying, just a few points above the cutoff when this race started, so this one's going to give you some breathing room, but anything can still happen. What's it going to take for you to win stage 2 and the race?
Just the same thing. Just got to stay up front. Stay up front. Track position is kind of key. I mean, you get the lanes moving, you can get some positions, but until you start doing some 3 wide crazy stuff, it's still all about track position. So I'm just going to try to stay up front here, see what I can do for stage 2, and definitely just try to pull out at least a good finish at the end. I got to bring it home. I can't wreck it tonight, KR.
All right, no crashing for the 44 of Anthony English. Before we let you go, man, shout outs, thank yous, I love yous, I do's, someone you need to hug, stick your finger in their nose, I don't know.
Shout out you guys. You guys do an awesome job up there every Monday. Thank you for what you do. All the guys here at OP who put on what they do for us. My team Buck Wild, family friends who are watching, and my girlfriend. Yeah, I think that's everybody, KR.
All right, well, there you go. Anthony English from Buck Wild Racing, your stage 1 winner. Got it done here tonight as the lights go out on the Ford Mustang. Al, we're going to line them up and fire them off once again. This time, though, it is to start stage number 2.
That it is, and it is. We saw how wild stage 1 is. That's been kind of the curtain call for this season. when the green flag drops in that first stage, it is kind of wide open, unpredictable. Stage number 2, not going to say it's not going to be any less intense, but they seem to take a deep breath at the end of stage number 1 and say, all right, now we need to log some laps, get through this stage. We're in position, we're in position. And as I say that, I'm thinking, well, they're probably listening. They're going to say Al's wrong like normal.
Well, I'll say it.
All right.
Hey guys, if you have a moment, go ahead and check out the rest of the live streams that are available to you for this race. And if you do, tell them that KR sent you. The red numbers or the red names, those are on YouTube. The purple ones are on Twitch. So do tell them hello, give them a like, follow, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever it is. Let them know that we here at the Turn 3 Racing Network are doing all we can to promote everyone in this race. We'd love for you guys to check out maybe your favorite driver, maybe not, maybe just a different point of view for this race. But there you go. That is everyone that does live streams here in OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series as the Ford Mustang peels off for pit road. Anthony English, Hunter Reynolds on the front row for this restart. Then the 23 and the 33 of Sebastian Marin and Jeff Crosby Jr. Zach Fritsch and Logan Helton make up row number 3 for the restart. Here we go through the tri-oval into the restart zone. Green flag is back out, and we are back underway once again to kick off stage number 2.
Stage 2 underway and up to the gearboxes. English took the outside lane. That opens the inside lane for the Fuel Sim Racing teammates of Reynolds and the 23 Sebastian Marin to be nose to tail. Down there on the inside, 2x2 off the corner. And some new players up at the front of this one. Hunter Reynolds taking the lead for the first time down the backstretch. Now Anthony English says not so fast. So he's got Jeff Crosby with a good push into turn number 3.
Side by side into 3 they go. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds has that inside lane working to his advantage. That's a good run off of turn number 4 and noses out ahead. Sebastian Marin in the 23 pushing hard on that back bumper. Got to keep an eye on those water temps. We haven't seen an engine pop just yet, but at any point in time that could happen.
And they definitely need to get some air into that opening, a very small opening on the super speedways to kind of help get rid of that tandem racing that we saw back many moons ago. And they don't quite do that anymore, but Anthony English now with a good push down the backstretch. You see him just little taps to that back bumper, giving that momentum. And look who's lurking third in line up there, KR. The 63, our 3-time winner this season. It is Logan Helton inside the top 5 for the first time tonight.
Going on board with the 63 of Logan Helton as he makes a move to the outside. He's got some momentum through the tri-oval, and man, he is definitely on a heater. He has won the first, he has won 3 out of the first 5 races this season. And now he starts to fall back as he had no help in that outside, drops down in behind the 27 of Sean Stevens. We have a new fast lap here tonight. That is by Zach Workman in the 19, turning a 49.92. Holy cow, they are flat out flying right now.
And they are around this racetrack, and now Helton's got some help in the form of a Hall of Fame driver. The 95 of Jim Mayer working to the outside of that speedway. 2 cars making some hay up on the outside. Now Cody Ober in that number 8 is going to drop to the outside, and just like that, they are 3 wide racing, and they see the momentum coming. Jeff Crosby thought about jumping up and can't quite get there, as he will work back to the inside in that middle lane. 2x2, now 3x3 back there with Josh Milam and Zach Fritz is the outside line starting to get formed up. And when we saw that in the last segment, number 1, it gets really hard to go places, and these drivers with their runs, that's when you start getting into trouble. You get those runs and you're gonna knock that driver in the back bumper. And if that driver is not ready for it, it can cause a calamity corner down the back stretch in the corners. Anywhere you look, they are 3 by 3, 6 rows deep now off of turn number 4.
Coming around to complete lap 29 and start lap 30. Some conversations happening in the OP Facebook group chat about how I can't do math, but just there, I was able to add one number, Al.
You did not.
I did. I went from 29 to 30.
Wow.
I know. Listen, lightning doesn't always strike twice, so don't expect me to do good math ever again.
I was say that wasn't even quick math.
That was good math.
That was good. I'm very shocked.
Shocked? Are you appalled?
I'm kind of speechless, and that's hard to do for me.
Yes, I will.
They're still 3 by 3, and here comes Logan Helton. Will he get his first lap led here tonight? Not that time at the line, but he is right there close. As it's 4 cars on the outside lane. Getting that momentum built up. It is still Anthony English, though, out on the front of this one. Remember, he's won stage number 1 as they work off of turn number 2. 2 by 2 up at the front of this one. Now there's going to be a drag race to the quarter panel. Here comes Logan Helton, Jim Mayer, Cody O'Brien, the outside lane. They've got Alex Green. Remember, Alex Green and Bob Blackbear made contact there at the end of stage number 1. Looks like they got that number 3 tuned up. I don't think he made contact with any of the walls like Blackbear did. Bob Blackbear, though, just outside the top 10 now, running back in spot 23. So he's right there in this group. You can see him back there. He's trying to get back up inside the top 10 here. They cross the line, 31 laps into the books. They start lap number 32.
Oh, no. Even Al can do good math now. Things are starting to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, in the booth. Just one question, Al. The popcorn, what flavor is it that you brought here tonight?
It is flaming hot white cheddar.
I like that.
It's very spicy.
Spicy. About as spicy as I was last week with Zach Fritch and Alan Fritch.
No, you were, something crawled up your undies and was biting you.
I was feeling a little spicy, a little saucy.
Yeah, what got into you? You have
Nothing. I just struck my fancy.
Some hot wings or something before the race last week, or what?
That could have been. All I know is right now our stage 1 winner of Anthony English still out in front. He said that's his game plan, to keep everyone behind him, and so far he is doing just that. As that 44 has the speed and momentum.
And he dropped down to inside lane, and as he did that, now Milam with a good push to Jeff Crosby. Gotta wonder, did Crosby get up on the mic and say, hey, I'm starting to get a little bit hot, I need some air. And that allows English to drop down, but he'll take over the top spot once again as the outside line starts to fall apart.
Couple of drivers peeling off for pit road, it looks like. Dan Harrington, Gabe Butler, Peter DeBorgia, Zach Workman, Eric Laurie, and Rick Seabrands all on the pit road. So with that being said, I do want to take a moment and talk a little bit about the drivers who are out there on the track. We do have 35 cars who started this race, and all 35 cars are on the lead lap. So everyone out there has a shot at this race win so far. One driver, though, is running around by himself. That is the 42 of Nate Warren, and he is desperately hoping for a caution as he peels off for pit road this time.
Yeah, the pack was getting ready to come on there. David Booth was down pit road now. Some more drivers peeling off, being led by the number 12 of Zach Fritz. He'll come in with about 5 handful of drivers down there on pit road. The green flag pit stop starting to play out with just 15 laps remaining here in stage number 2, which will be concluded on lap number 50. Logan Helton still trying to get that outside lane to get up to speed here as they work down the backstretch. Here comes the 33 of Crosby. He's got a good head of steam from the 27 of Stevens. That Buck Wild Racing entry trying to push Jeff Crosby to the point. They'll do it by a half a car into turn 3.
Anthony English in the 44 using that bottom lane to hold on to the race lead, but this time he is going to peel off for pit road. Gives up that top spot, goes on to pit lane, very mildly hits pit road. Going to lose a couple spots, but maybe not, as the 26 and 23 look like they got on to pit lane a bit hot.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if penalties will be issued from the iRacing control tower up here to our left. That leaves the front pack. We're coming off of turn number 2. Crosby showing the way, but here comes Logan Helton. He's got Dan Holloway in a Hershey Kiss mobile this week. He keeps it sweet for us, doesn't he, KR?
He's such a sweet person. It's hard to believe that anything other than a beautiful Hershey Kisses would adorn that paint scheme.
Yes. You know the Halloween candy's already out?
I do, yes.
It was out last month, and I have mixed emotions about it.
Honestly, Halloween candy's out 24/7, Al. It's just...
True. It's in the form of Reese's. It's orange. You're right. All right, never mind.
Who eats Reese's?
But it's the best kind of candy out there. Besides Shock Tarts. Did you ever have Shock Tarts as a kid?
Yeah.
I can't find them anywhere. I don't think they make them anymore. But the racing getting that very shocking up at the front of this one. Logan Helton leading that pack down to the inside. I assume he'll make the hard left-hand turn. Just kidding, yeah. I've seen it here.
Not yet. Yeah, sooner or later.
Maybe next time. Double or nothing on that one, this lap.
All right, so side by side, the 63 and the 95 sail it off into turn number 1. They have not made their pit stop yet. Teammates from Alliance Motorsports, they also have the 21 of Daniel Holloway right there. Buck Wild Racing, the 53 of Dave Hunt, and the 27 of Sean Stevens right there. Alex Green in the 3, Cody Ober in the 8 from ARC Racing. And then you have Limitless with the 2 of JD Crow, and Checkered Flag Motorsports, the 77 of David Booth. Man, these teams are spreading out their strategies, Al. And these guys have not hit pit road once again. And time again, we have seen that the longer you take to hit pit road, the further behind you end up.
That is the case. Maybe a strategy play. Stay out of that trouble in that last stage. Pit a little bit early. Maybe you leapfrog them. You know, that last stage is going to be around 40 laps or so from the time that you get through that stage 2 break. How about the driver that was spun backwards at the end of stage number 1? He's already clawed his way back inside the top 10 right now as he sits 9th. That is Nagels. Remember, he went around off the front bumper of Guerrero. He has now found himself back inside the top 10, and they bypassed the pits. These drivers in this pack here, I think they are all going to come together when the time comes, at least the inside lane. Jim Mayer working the outside with Holloway right to the back bumper. JD Crow. Remember, JD Crow in the backup car already. That he had to jump in there after that wreck on lap number 4 when it was Holloway, or not Holloway, Harrington. They got down to the inside and just washed up the racetrack. I think clipped that grass and was just along for the ride. Nothing he did could do to save there when the 2 came up across the track.
Ernie Williams in the 91 now owns the fastest lap of the race at a 49.72. That black and white 91 machine flat out flying out there, trying to catch up to the rest of the drivers who have not pitted yet. Maybe going to have a good run when these guys do hit pit road. So as we work lap 41 of 94, Al, I don't know when Logan Helton plans to hit pit road, but I think everyone in this group with him is on the same strategy.
Yeah, I think you have to be at this point. He's the Pied Piper. Do what Logan Helton is doing. It has worked for him 3 times this season. And maybe that is the mindset with the drivers that are following that 63 right now. As Jim Mayer makes a run to the outside with a good head of steam. They'll kind of stall out as they draw even here through turns 3 and 4. But I would assume that fuel tank's starting to get light on these race cars as Bob Lacavera makes left. He'll peel out, and he's going to be a lone soldier coming down pit road.
The one driver peeling off, the 5 of Lacavera. Going to make his pit stop. Logan Helton and Jim Mayer still running side by side. Alliance Motorsports still having the lockout right now of that front row, but now the 95 drops down to the inside. Daniel Holloway in the 21 picks up the top spot for the outside lane.
He's got a good head of steam from the J Concepts number 2 down the backstretch. He'll roll into turns 3 and 4. Now new race leader, the 21 of Holloway, so he gets to the bottom side of the racetrack now. That leaves Booth and Crow to the outside. And David Booth, 77, down 1 lap. He came in on lap 33. And now that pack coming up the road. Helton sideways really locked him up. I think he might have saved it from being a pit road at penalty.
Man, did he have those tires locked down, but was able to hold on to it. That is going to give the lead to JD Crow in the 2. They make their way on to the back straight. JD Crow, Dave Hunt, Sean Stevens, Cody Nagels in that group right there. David Booth in the 77. We mentioned him being a lap down. He is in this group as well. Booth, last on pit road on lap 33.
And I can let you know, KR, there has been, knock on wood, no penalties on pit road yet tonight. Everyone being able to get down the pit road speed here as they work down here on the pit road. Now everybody is going to make it through, and it looks like it'll be Hunter Reynolds and Gabe Butler that should make it through here at that slow 55 miles an hour on pit road into their box. But right now the race for your race lead coming off a turn number 4, and they are 3 abreast because they are the best. As they're going to come across right here, they're going to have 7 laps to go. They get 6 at the line to the end of stage number 2.
Drivers making their way off the pit road get swallowed up by this pack very quickly. JD Crow in the 2 being one of those passed as well. So the 88 of Gabe Butler cycles into the race lead as possibly everyone has made their final pit stop for the end of, or to get to the end of stage number 2 at the completion of lap 50. Gabe Butler looking for the first win and for his first stage win of this season.
It's hard to believe that he does not have that same, I believe, with Hunter Reynolds. Take a look at the notes here as they race still 3 wide. Kind of hard to take your eyes off of there. Hunter Reynolds has 2 stage wins this season, so excuse me, Milan with 1. So Gabe Butler trying to get there. How about Extra Life number 40 of the Borgia working out the outside with a round 1 on the hood here for Bowling and Entertainment down the back stretch. Good way to stay active, and it is bowling season. That's what I do on Tuesday nights, KR.
Oh.
If you were wondering. No one really cares.
I tried bowling once.
How'd it go?
I got asked not to come back.
Did you put the ball through the roof?
And the monitor.
That's not good. It happens.
It happened. My thumb got stuck.
It happens. You know, French fries make you bowl better.
I do like French fries.
Yes. When I was in juniors many moons ago, that's what the coach always said. So at 8 a.m. juniors on Saturday mornings, I would always get an order of French fries before we even started. So that way I was starting off the best I could.
Well, it is what it is at this point. Maybe I should have had some more French fries.
Maybe French fries make you race better.
They do not.
Oh.
They do not make me race better.
Big Gabe Butler out front. He's drinking the Guinness up on the front of this one. He's going to cross the straight, put that 46 into the books. We'll have 4 more circuits around this 2.66 mile Talladega Super Speedway. And now Hunter Reynolds puts the nose out front. And that number 26, Josh Milam, right there. 3 Fuel Sim Racing team members working there. 2 in a line, 1 working the outside, and he's got the Borgia right there behind him. That's Josh Milam. And the 71 of Makara. Hard to believe that Milam only 1 win this season. He's been fast. Locked himself into the playoffs early on in this season. Isn't it amazing? Don't you just sit here and you watch these drivers? It almost makes you speechless. The cars are dodged sideways and they stay off each other somehow at 190 plus miles an hour.
I'll tell you what, it's not easy. And they make it look easy.
That's why we're up here and they're down there.
That is true. All right, Al, stage number 2 winding down as we are getting ready to see this one go for 2 more laps. The 88 of Gabe Butler down on the inside. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 in the middle lane. The 7 of Josh Milam on the top shelf. We talked about 3 and 4 wide racing, and they have been 3 wide for quite a while here at Talladega. Plenty of room for it. But now we have 2 more laps to go here in stage number 2. Gabe Butler, who qualified on the front row, looking to try and pick up his first stage win of the season. If you're the 88, you know a caution flag is going to come out, whether at the end of the stage or between now and then. So you might as well keep that nose out in front.
Yeah, remember in stage number 1, he was wise and dropped out of this mess that he's part of right now. And I say mess and very candidly, it's not a mess, it's just organized chaos here on Monday nights as they work through the corner. He'll work down low. Gabe Butler, half a car length advantage off a turn. Number 4 down here. 2 there at the outside line, starting to fizzle out, is the 7 of Milam, losing ground to your leaders.
Final lap here in stage number 2, led by the 26 of Hunter Reynolds to kick it off. That middle lane falling to the inside lane, and Josh Milam in the 7 going to hope for a big run down the backstretch. Everyone starting to dig hard and push as hard as they can, maybe getting a little close here as they try and side draft off of each other. Here we go, Josh Milam in the 7. On the high side through turns 3 and 4, Al.
They're off through 3 and 4. Milam dusting off the top side of the racetrack. Here comes 26 of Reynolds. Harrington right to the back bumper of the 88 of Butler. They're going to come through the tri-oval and at the line. Stage number 2 is going to see the checkered flag. Who's it going to be? It looks like Reynolds is going to be your race winner here for stage number 2. He'll be the 3rd stage of the season for the 26 of Reynolds, if that is correct. That was a photo finish. We will wait for the official word on who is the winner, KR, but I believe it might be the 26, could be the 88. We'll find out.
And I am hearing that it is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds.
Board power, baby. Just kidding. Not really. Hunter Reynolds picking up the win, just edging out over Gabe Butler. And I tell you, I think you asked earlier, KR, who I would put on the list of drivers that I think could win here tonight. I think you have to put that 88 on the list. He's been, I mean, he was fast in qualifying, dropped to the back there, and was vying for that win at the end of stage number 2.
All right, now everyone has to wait for the pace car before they can hit pit road. And here comes that Ford Mustang doing the best it can to keep up. Now everyone, it struggles just a little bit.
Hey, that's the electric Mustang. That's why it goes so slow.
Oh, okay.
They shut the lights off to save the battery. Making sense now.
Makes sense, makes sense. So on to pit road comes the field. And the 26 leads everyone down on the pit road. So we'll let him finish up his pit stop, and then we will pull him up and see how this 26 is doing here tonight. Looks like a 4-tire stop for the 26, Hunter Reynolds. Down and away. Gonna come off pit road, 3rd place there, it looks like. Maybe even a little further back than that.
Looks like maybe 5th.
Well, let's go ahead and fire him up. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, your stage 2 winner. Mr. Reynolds, got your ears on?
Yes, sir. What about you?
Man, oh man, you win the stage here for stage number 2. Tell us a little bit about what it took to make that happen.
Yeah, pretty happy about that. We had the track position to go into the start of the stage and got some good stage points, stage 1. And then me and the boys had a killer pit stop there. So, and then Seabass just told me to park in the middle lane, and that's what we did. And shout out to Seabass for pushing me. That was pretty cool.
Well, you got that stage win. And that 26 looking very fast, and one of the few drivers who has multiple stage wins this season. What's it going to take to win a race?
That's a great question. Fun fact, the 26 hasn't been in victory lane Monday night in 2 seasons, so I'm hoping I can put one in this year, and if not, I mean, get some good points, but I really want to win this year. We're going to try to make it happen with some good pit stops and track position, probably.
Well, it sounds like a solid game plan. That 26 looking fast here tonight. You've moved forward from where you qualified. We think we'll see you in victory lane, but what do you think?
Man, I hope so. Let me let me tell you. If not, a top 10's fine because we got good stage points tonight. So we're playing the long game.
All right, man. Well, nice job on the stage win. Shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, appreciate it. I'd like to thank all the boys over at FSR. Dustin's watching tonight. Ernie for running with us, and I'd like to thank everybody watching. Shout out to the friends and family out there. You do a great job too, KR. We love you, and thanks to everybody else watching. Appreciate you.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, your stage 2 winner, getting it done here tonight. Hunter, once again, congratulations on the stage.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Seabass one more time. Thank you.
All right, from FSR, that is Hunter Reynolds, your stage 2 winner. And Al?
Yes.
Talladega. She's big.
She's big.
She's fast.
Very fast.
But she's smooth.
Very smooth.
And that's everything a race car loves.
It is.
So now, that being said, what driver can get the most out of that race car?
I don't know. For some reason, my gut is going with Butler tonight. He was fast in qualifying. He was very aggressive at the end of stage number 2. I think the 88 might get it done here tonight.
Not a bad choice. It's been out in front for quite a bit. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia right there, and the 23 of Sebastian Marin there as well. Man, you look at our first 4 rows. Those are all some stellar super speedway drivers.
Absolutely. How about the graphics man, Peter DeBorgia, in that round 1 extra life entry here tonight? We restart on the inside of that front row. He can get it done, that's for sure.
I think so. I think anyone in these first 4 rows has a shot to win tonight. Could go either way.
How about this stat? 52 laps completed, working lap 53 right now, in all 35 cars, still on the racetrack, and still on the lead lap.
Hell of a stat, Al. Hell of a stat. Let's see how this plays out as we get ready to fire off our final sprint to the finish here tonight in the Dega 250 and change. Side by side, they work their way through the trioval. Peter DeBorgia, Sebastian Marin on the front row, Gabe Butler, Hunter Reynolds, and then Josh Milam and Zach Fritsch for row number 3 on the restart. Green flag is out, and we are back underway once again here at Talladega. Into turn number 1, the 23 gets the good run, drops down in front of the 40, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Now looking for that big run down the back stretch. The 12 of Zach Fritsch going to get to his back bumper, gives him a good little shove, and they are going to surge ahead by the time they hit turn number 3. And that 26 has the race lead, but does not clear the 23 to slide down and take over the top spot. Here comes the inside lane once again, and we will see this over and over again. All that back and forth yo-yo action between these two lanes.
And already a third lane looking to form. Looks like Guerrero really side drafting that number 24 of Miller, and that's going to allow the 53 of Hunt to take a peek to the outside. Can't quite get there. But you talked about him a little bit earlier, KR, that 19. Zach Workman quietly working his way back to the front of the field. Right now only showing a +3, but he was towards the back of the field here for the first 2 stages. Now finding himself up here, and he's pushing the back side of the Nagels to the front.
Cody Nagels in the 06, Zach Workman in the 19, in that third lane. They are trying to get something going up in that top shelf. So far, not really able to make a whole lot happen. But if you don't give up on that third lane, at 33 at Jeff Crosby might be there in just a moment.
It sure will be. They are already stacked up. They are jammed up like it is rush hour on I-90. And they work off the corner. Nagels to the outside, really close there with Logan Helton. How about Elliott? Elliott had to go to a backup car. He's pushing the 12 of Zach Fritsch, and he is vying for the race lead down into turn number 3. Remember, Fritz's dad out there in chat, and keep an eye on that number 12. He's been fast all season long. And see that Elliott bails on him and goes to the outside. They are 4 wide off of turn number 4.
Fastest lap of the race last time around went to the 04 Mark Mann at a 49.71. So don't tell me these guys are laying down this late in the race. They all know what's on the line as the 12 of Zach Fritsch slices down to the inside to take over the top spot.
Yeah, that leaves the outside lane, the middle lane, however you want to look at it, to the 63 of Logan Helton, and Helton getting a big push by Fuel Sim Racing's Josh Milam. 4 wins on the season right there. Those 2 cars nose to tail. Is everyone else trying to get into that win column here tonight? Zach Fritsch would love to punch his ticket to the postseason here tonight at Talladega off of turn number 4. This one's gonna go by quick. Grab yourself some popcorn, a nice cold beverage of your flavor choice. And we will watch this one here together as they work down here in the turn number 1. It is the number 12 of Fritsch showing the way. Guerrero took a peek to the inside. He'll tuck it back behind the 7 of Josh Milam, trying to get some air to the front of that Toyota Camry. That's a super car.
Oh, ow. That's unfortunate.
I know.
That's okay, though. I still like you.
I'm glad you do.
Me too. All right, side by side by side. 3 wide. The 06 of Cody Nagels using that third lane for the moment to try and surge ahead. He has some ground to make up before that can happen. And any one of these drivers down below him at any point in time could pop up and try and steal some of his momentum. Logan Helton in the 63, the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Your race leaders for the respective inside lanes. They are flat out flying out here. Sebastian Marin in the 23 just turned his fastest lap of the race, so you know he is digging hard as the third car on the inside lane.
It's amazing to see the amount of energy these lanes are producing and how these drivers are harnessing that energy. Where do you go? Right now, they are stacked up 3 wide. That time off the corner looked like Helton maybe a little bit of a push, trying to slow the outside lane, and it might have worked as Nagels might have had to breathe it just a little bit. These drivers all right there in the side drafting. You see in the side drafting getting more and more as Helton drops down low, down in front of Zach Fritsch. That leaves the 7 of Milam in the middle lane. You see when that drop happened, kind of a little bit of a parachute to that middle lane. Now they regain the strength down the back stretch. They work it here on the Talladega super stretch. A lot of fast cars trying to make their way to the front here on lap number 60.
94 laps are scheduled distance. Keep in mind, we will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to. Last Monday night, we did not use a green-white checkered attempt. So, Al, with that being said, if you're the crew chief, if you're the race caller, what decisions do you make on top of that pit box? And how do you plan to finish this race out?
It's going to be hard. I think you still have to pit at least 2 times to get to the end of this race here and have some, maybe a little bit of an assurance package of juice left in the tank in case we do get to those green-white checkered attempts. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, we have them, as you were just talking about, in our, they're in the gun, ready to go if needed. But I think you come down, maybe split once you get to lap 30 to go, maybe, or maybe a little less than that. Come in and split it with 2 stops. It's hard to say. That's why they don't pay me to be a crew chief. We need to get Larry Mack or someone that's got the good math skills, not the quick math.
Ooh, I'm good at quick math.
Do you think it's a 1-stop or 2-stop race from this point?
I think it's 2, maybe even 3.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 2 if it stays green. But if we get a caution flag at the right time, I think we see two green flag pit stops, and then a caution flag comes out, and I think we'll see someone hit pit road to top off their fuel tanks to take that gamble that it does go into green-white checkered territory.
I would concur with you. Nagel still leaving outside lane. Zach Workman trying to push the rookie to the front of the field. Jeff Crosby also part of that group on the outside. Here comes McCarron. Oh, there goes Jim Mayer. The Porsche, big wreck in turn number 2. Alex Green involved as well. Big wreck. Josh Milam involved. Big trouble down here in turns 1 and 2. Multiple car accident. Everybody trying to get back going here. Big wreck. I believe JD Crow also involved. May have just come to a stop to avoid it, but yellow flag once again.
We were on board with Nate Warren when that all went down, and big stack up there. Sean McCarron involved. We know he has already had to use a fast repair. Mark Mann in the 04 trying to keep enough momentum on that high side so that the car doesn't slide down, but also bring it down slow enough. Off the nose of Sean Stevens in the 27, and you can see that is a huge crash up ahead. The track fully blocked. Everyone hard on the binders, a fully blocked off racetrack. And once again, some cars up in smoke.
I thought that Josh Milam was involved. It looked like maybe an electrical issue on that number 7, as he is just not in the facility anymore. Yeah, so not a separate issue for the 7 of Josh Milam.
Yeah, it looks like the contact starting with the 95 of Jim Mayer and the 62 of Les Levy. And that is what's going to bring out this caution flag. Logan Helton in the 63 going to lead everyone onto pit road. And this is going to change things up just a little bit out because, well,
why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about how it's going to be a two-stop race. Now, does this change it? I think it's still a two-stop race. We're going to have just under 30 laps to go when we drop the green flag once again.
Logan Helton winning the race off of pit road, holds on to that race lead with a solid pit stop. Hunter Reynolds, Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman, Cody Nagels rounding out your top 5 off of pit road. So with that being said, guys, we are going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the green flag is about ready to come out. Logan Helton, Hunter Reynolds on the front row for the restart. Green flag is down and away as we put lap 66 into the record books. And who knows what is going to happen here in lap 67. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I've been your host tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. Al Smith in the booth with me as well. And we appreciate you all hanging out and joining us here tonight as the 26 surges down the backstretch. Zach Workman in the 19. We haven't talked a lot about that 19, but he pushes the 26 to the race lead and dives down to the inside.
And Jeff Crosby going to cut down as low. They planned that one like a surgeon would. That was a beautiful pass for Zach Workman as he's put the Instacart number 19 Toyota Supra to the race lead. Jeff Crosby runs in second. Third, we'll go to the 63 of Helton. Now your Fuel Sim Racing Team's members of Milam and Reynolds. Nose to tail, working that outside lane. They get all stacked up 2 by 2 for a second on back.
The 19 of Zach Workman, your race leader right now as we go on board looking out the back of the 19. That reminds me, it has been a hot minute, and I mean like a hot minute since we have done it. So let's go ahead and bust out a turn it up session. Guys, kick up those speakers and enjoy the sounds of going nearly 200 miles an hour. man, oh man, I'll tell you, I love a turn it up session. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that and capture the sights and sounds of running at nearly 200 miles an hour at Talladega. Sebastian Barron in the 23, your race leader. Hunter Reynolds, Zach Workman, Logan Helton. That is your running order right now. Barron in that basketball 23 finds himself out in front with no challenge to the outside. 21 laps to go, Al. Our drivers last on pit road on lap 64, and we are working lap 73.
That they are, and I tell you, some drivers that have made some moves up from the back of the field. How about the number 91 of Ernie Williams that's working the outside lane with Cody Ober close in tow. Cody Ober setting the fast lap a few laps ago. These drivers all starting to get into their positions where they feel that they want to be. I think once we get below 19, 18 laps to go, KR, that's when we're going to start to see those green flag pit stops as the field flashes by the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, who had lost the draft. So a tough run here tonight for Jimmy Reynolds in that 17.
Speaking of tough runs, Josh Milam out of this race due to connection issues. Sean McCara, Nate Warren, all those drivers multiple laps down. Bob Lacavera, Jamie Reynolds also not on the lead lap as we ride on board with the mountains of Levy. And let me tell you, I have seen the top of the mountain and it is good.
Always love what Levy's paint schemes look like on that race car. Always a good looking number 62 out here on a...
All right, you're right, Al. The 62 looks good. But have you looked at the 46?
I have.
The 46 of David Overstreet. That one looks good as well. And,
I know,
and I have to point out, the 46 went to Simrap Market and he liked the paint scheme he saw on the market and bought the template and applied it in a way where the tilted kilt makes me want to go and see what it's all about.
Well, I don't know if they would allow you in the place.
Probably not, but I still want to try.
I mean, I had to give you 3 towels because you saw that car finally out there. And you've just been drooling ever since.
Is that what that's called?
Well, hey, what happens on your side of the booth stays on your side of the booth.
Hey, you're the one that brought the popcorn and butter and forgot the popcorn.
Well, I brought the Cheerios though. How about BK Anderson's paint scheme there? We were talking about that during the break. Good looking race car. I believe that's a throwback to, was that the John Andretti 32? Well, it was 43 in the NASCAR days.
Yeah,
but
John Andretti drove for Richard Petty, and he did have Cheerios on the race car.
Yep.
Kevin Freeze asking if I have been to the Tilted Kilt, and the answer is no. I don't have a Tilted Kilt in my area.
Well, that means it's a road trip.
You're right, and that's the thing about the internet. Al, you're all the way up in communist York, and I'm in Freetown, Missouri.
Yep.
And because of the internet, we can talk as if we are next to each other.
Well, we are.
We are. You are the closest one to my heart. As Zach Workman hits pit lane. But all that being said, it doesn't mean I have a tilted kilt in my area.
That's true. When I was in Western New York, We had one for a hot minute, and it didn't really last that long in the area, but I made it there twice, and I thought the food was good.
Now, do you have a Twin Peaks?
We do not have a Twin Peaks.
See, I have a Twin Peaks.
I've only seen that on the TV. I know what it is. It's a restaurant. I understand that part, but I have not been to one.
See, the Tilted Kilt would be my Twin Peaks, as we have more drivers hitting pit road this time. Big peel off for pit road. Mark, man, locked it up big time. And I bet we see some speeding penalties out of this one.
That is not when you want those penalties, is right now, because with that means your race could be over if you have to sit on pit road. So we'll have to wait and see who's got to sit there for a little bit, KR. But down the backstretch, it is Logan Helton still showing the way. He's got Nagels right to the back bumper. Alice Green, Ernie, and Guerrero, your top 5 currently as they work through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Sebastian Marin, Mark Mann, and Les Levy all serving some speeding penalties as the rest of the field comes down. And Gabe Butler, really aggressive, coming to pit road.
Oh, Ernie Williams in trouble. Oh, and he gathers it back in.
We'll have to see if that is going to be a penalty or not. But Sebastian Marin, Mark Mann, and Les Levy still sitting on pit road serving their penalty. Tough break. Now Levy is down, all 3 of them, with a tough break for those drivers.
On board with Hunter Reynolds in the 26, as he is leading the drivers who have made pit stops and is up to speed. Down to the inside is everyone coming off of pit road. He is going to work his way around them. Oh man, this is when you hope everyone can hold their line down on the bottom.
And Dave Hunt going to sweep to the outside. He'll tuck it back in lane. Everybody is trying to merge right now off of pit road. Ernie Williams gonna come out. Or is your race leader? Did he miss the pits? Did he stay out?
I think Ernie missed his pit stall as he has come back down pit road. And the field going to swallow him up as he hits his pit stall this time.
That he is now. Your race leader is the number 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Jim Mayerdo getting a push. He'll swing to the outside around Zach Fritz. Fritz down low off of turn number 2, but Mayer with a head of steam being kissed by the number 21 of Holloway down the back stretch. 2x2 drag race down to the turn number 3 for your race lead with 13 laps to go.
Holloway in the 21 pushing on his teammate. We have 13 laps to go and everyone possibly making their final pit stop of the night. And I think they have all done it in a way that will cover any attempts at a green-white checkered. That being said, it wouldn't surprise me to see that if we go a long 2 attempts, meaning that the yellow flag comes out moments before the white flag drops, we might see someone have to come back down pit road.
I thought for a moment we were going to see it there. Logan Helton was all cattywampus through turns 1 and 2. Somehow saved it. Look who's up front, the 88 of Gabe Butler, trying to make me look like a hero. He swings down low. He'll block the advances from the 53 of Dave Hunt. The Pied Piper, the 88, as you've seen so many times before at Talladega. Out front, the crowd is going wild as he comes through the tri-oval.
Fastest lap of the race, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia with a 49.571. So action is picking up as well. We're about ready to make it 4 wide as we're on board with the 40. Les Levy in the 62 stays up tight to the wall. great drive by both the 62 and the rest of the field trying to get underneath him.
We've seen it time and time this season before, but that has caused some issues. Great driving by these drivers up on the front of this one, KR.
Absolutely, and right now, Zach Fritsch, Gabe Butler, oh no, David Overstreet in the tilted kilt. He gets tilted all right. 46 gonna rejoin this race. So far, so good. 10 laps to go this time.
The final 10 circuits around the Talladega Superspeedway. Zach Fritsch now to the race lead in that number 12. Down low, Gabe Butler trying to work there, but here comes Elliott. He's got a Instacart pushing him down the backstretch of Zach Workman. Workman trying to push the 51 Monster Energy drink to the race lead. Fritsch gonna drop down low. Here comes a head of steam from the 100 Reynolds wrap. He's gonna try to wrap the field up off of turn number 4.
He might try and wrap this field up, but Zach Fritsch says, no, sir, I have to make myself relevant once again. He won stages back-to-back last week, but could not come out on victory lane. 9 laps to go, the 12 of Zach Fritsch looking for redemption here this week.
The racing really starting to get fierce. You see the side drafts, a little bit of now the 51 gets into the backside of Holloway with a push. Holloway has to catch it. 3 abreast once again. For a moment, they took a moment to breathe. Now they're holding their breath once again down the backstretch. In the turn number 3, Dan Holloway working the outside of the racetrack. He's getting pushed by Travis Elliott in that 51. 3 lines, a lot of fast race cars in each one of them. And right now, KR, if you're back in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th car in line, you're getting a big tow from the air, but nowhere to go with it.
We now have 8 laps to go. Alan Fritsch cheering for Zach Fritsch. Guys, if you are here, let us know who you are rooting for, who you think is going to win, and we will tell you why you are wrong without hesitation. Right now, Daniel Holloway in the 21. Use that high side to take over the race lead. He's gonna slice down, can't quite clear the 26. Contact, big trouble. Around they go in 3 and 4.
Big wreck down and turn. Alan Green involved once again. Big wreck. Yellow flag comes out with 8 laps to go.
And there you have it, folks. Caution flag flying as this race was really starting to get intense. And we saw it live as it was happening. Checkups, everyone being a victim of accordion effects in front of them, behind them, all that kind of stuff. The 3 of Alex Green, the 06 of Cody Nagels. This is going to take out some good drivers in this field here tonight.
And it looked like it all started with the 21 of Holloway maybe trying to come down or got loose, maybe got clipped from behind with that push from Elliott down on the Hunter Reynolds. Everybody else has to check up, and then Jim Mayer hooked in the right rear. No fault of anyone there, just a chain reaction and some very massive blows to some very fast race cars here tonight.
On board with David Overstreet, as you see the crash happening, he got on the brakes, locked him up, and sent him into the wall. He's able to get through the crash, but not without having damage as he got on the binders and put himself into the wall there. So yellow flag coming out. Al, it's a Labor Day Monday. OP
Yes.
Racing on track. Yellow flag is out with just a few laps left to go in this one. And I'm out of Fireball.
Well, you need to get the fire, and I'm not sure how many cars that were in this wreck have their backup car left.
I think this one is going to pull out quite a few of our competitive drivers, as we see the 62 of Les Levy get the free pass. So Al,
Yes.
all right, so everyone shows up to the racetrack ready to race. You load up, you know what you got, you're ready to go racing, and you hope it's for the best, right?
Correct.
Okay, what happens when you load up your race car and you make a stop somewhere, and one of your straps catches the tire of the trailer, because you have an open trailer,
Okay.
and then it rips your top wing sideboard in half?
Not good.
Not good. That's how my race started Friday night.
That sounded like an expensive trip to the track, KR.
Well, I will say, my track did me a solid. I went up, I told them, I said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to race. I have to have this wing to race. And it's currently in 2 pieces. They said, hey, we'll figure it out. If you can fix it, we're going to send people your way. And I said, that's great, but I don't know if it's going to be fixed. And they said, don't worry about paying us. Just get it fixed, get out on track. And I had several of the drivers step up, help me out. And my sideboard literally ripped itself off of the main body of the wing.
Okay.
But with some drilling and some new rivets provided by multiple people, because nobody had enough of the same rivet to fix an entire wing, but multiple people combined sure did. And I got it fixed and got to race Friday night to kick off my Labor Day weekend. But man, was I heartbroken when the strap got caught underneath my trailer tire and ripped my sideboard off.
Well, it just shows you the kind of, the kind of people that you race with. And I think that doesn't just go for who the people you race with, KR. I think that goes, pretty much around universally with the racing world. I know Saturday night I was doing a little RC car racing up here in New York, and I had some gear issues, and I had probably a good 7-8 guys that I race with, competitively, that come over and say, what do you need? What kind of gears? What do you need? And got me back out there, and for round number 2 for qualifying, almost put it on the pole, qualified second, and then I have no luck in the features, but ended up 5th, had a good time. But that's just you surround yourself with some good people, and then the people that you race with, if you're good to them and show them respect, they're going to do the same for you. No more than you see here on Monday nights of the OP Premier Series. All these drivers, they'll help each other. They also want to beat each other.
Absolutely, and they know that when I show up to the racetrack, that they have got to have their stuff together, because the moment that they blink, I will be there to take it away from them. So they all stepped up, helped me out. But man, I'll tell you, I was pretty heartbroken when that happened. Hadn't even made it to the racetrack. I stopped at the local Casey's to pick up some pizza from my race crew. And one of the straps I had the excess of, it was tied to my wing, which I have an open trailer, so I have to keep my wing out of the air. So I had it strapped down to the trailer, and the excess strap for that wing got caught underneath the trailer tire, and it ripped it clean off the body of the wing. But everyone stepped up, helped me out, and I went out in that heat race and turned the fastest lap that anyone had seen in our class.
Well, we are about to see some fast laps with 4 laps to go. Yeah, I want to make it out and watch your race. I've been watching your videos. I'm jealous. I would never fit in one of these.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bet you could in the right car. But the green flag is out here. We have 4 laps to go in the Dega 250 and change. Down the back stretch, Daniel Holloway, Zach Fritsch leading their respective lanes. Throw in the 44, our stage 1 winner for the 3rd lane, but he's a little bit further back. Cody Ober gonna slide up in front of him. Daniel Holloway in the 21 has the advantage down on the inside lane. They're coming around. 3 laps to go here, Al. Who's it gonna be tonight?
It is going to be anybody's guess right now. 3 circuits left to go right now. Holloway showing the way. Zach Fritsch runs that middle lane there. And here comes the head drivers up on the top shelf being led by none other, our 3-time winner this season, the 63 of Logan Helton. And he gets chopped off by the 26 of Reynolds. Just switched from the bottom to the middle lane.
Contact, there it is. Oh, they're still crashing. Heavy contact, the 82 smacks the inside wall. Cody Nagels in the 06 involved. No caution just yet. We stay green. Gabe Butler in the 88 out in front. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and Daniel Holloway in the 21. And this has broke up the field big time. I don't know. Ooh. 2 laps to go.
2 to go. Those were some nasty hits right now. Hunter Reynolds getting a push by Logan Helton to the race lead. Here comes Gabe Butler. He's got Zach Fritsch giving him a good push, but Holloway, he's got a good pusher behind him in the 51 of Elliott. They are 3 wide down the back stretch with 1.5 laps to go. How about Rick Seabridge? He's joined the dance now up on the front side of this one. 3 by 3. 3 rows deep as they work. 9 cars underneath the blanket. PK Anderson trying to pedal as fast as he can to get up to the beat in the battle of this off of turn number 4. The white silk is in the hand. We get to the white flag. This one is going to be a race to the checker.
Here they come to the start finish line. White flag flies, and we are going to finish this one out in the 94 lap scheduled distance. Side by side they race. They are letting it all hang out right now on board with the 8 of Cody Ober, who has gained 23 spots to be where he is at from qualifying. And this one is going to come down to the wire. The 63, the 26, the 21, side by side as they work their way off of turn number 4. Here they come for the final time onto the front stretch. Hunter Reynolds has his nose out ahead just a little bit, and they are side by side once again, and at the line it is going to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds picking up his first win of the season.
What an amazing push there to get the win. Gabe Butler going to come home in third, but how about Dan Holloway? An impressive second place run there. What an amazing run to the end, to the checkered flag.
How about that Hunter Reynolds in the 26 picking up a stage win and a race win. Big points gain for the 26 here tonight. Let's go ahead and fire up our post-race show. And Al, I want to kick it off by letting you talk to our race winner, being Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, the Ford Brigade going to victory lane here this for the second time this season. And Hunter Reynolds, you picked up a stage win here tonight. Then you come home in the victory lane here, but the racing out there looked very fierce, very competitive out there. How was it from your race seat here, and how'd you get it done?
Oh yeah, that was crazy all night. We were 3 wide and duking it out with everybody. That was crazy. I gotta thank everybody that helped me out tonight. That'd be my teammates. You know, Mr. Gabe for pushing me at the end. Logan, 3 wide, getting me up front. I just, you obviously can't do it without the help around super speedways, and it's been a long time coming for the 26 here Monday nights, and I couldn't be happier. This is great.
Talk about, you know, how how hard is it to manage the energy that you guys have? We see you get such a great big run, but when they're stacked up 3 wide and you're behind them, how difficult is that? Because you want to keep that momentum going forward, but there's really just nowhere to go. As a driver, how hard is it to harness that energy and kind of use it to your advantage when you can, when something happens to where you can make a move?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Whenever you're in the car, you have a high heart rate all the time. I've checked mine sometimes after a race. It's been like 120, 130 sometimes. But you just got to manage those. You got to keep it together and keep your mind focused on everything you're doing with these cars. And when you run a super speedway, you just know that the lines are some are gonna go faster and some are gonna go slower at other times, and just who's around you too. It's a lot of factors that go into it, and just gotta stay focused for the whole 94 laps, and it would do that tonight.
Well, you're the second Fuel Sim Racing car to lock themselves into the playoffs. That helps you guys going forward. What's the outlook on the rest of the regular season? Looking forward to the playoffs now that you have captured that golden ticket to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, of course, 100%. Lower stress. I'm not gonna be worried about trying to punch myself in, but love to maybe snag another win if I can. But we got to get my other teammates in the playoffs first and foremost. My dad, Justin. I forget who's got to win. Seabass and Joss. But yeah, kind of lower stress, but still helping the guys out. And yeah, just got to keep executing.
Well, congratulations on picking up the win here tonight. I know you just mentioned a few of the guys, but you got a few other ones I'm sure you'd like to thank that make it all possible here for your first win of the season 9 here for the OP Premier Series.
Oh yeah, of course, all the guys at Fuel Sim Racing. Those guys are amazing, helping me out week in and week out. I'd like to thank Gabe for pushing me there to the checker flag, Logan for getting me up to the front, 3 wide. I'd like to thank Seabass pushed me to stage 2 win, but you guys up in the booth, you guys do a great job Turn 3 Racing Network week in and week out. I'd like to thank all the family and friends watching me, support me out there, and everybody else that tunes in every week, leaves a like. Appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna go celebrate.
You go celebrate. Congratulations on the win. Your winner for round number 6, Hunter Reynolds in the 26 Ford Mustang in KR. He did a great job picking up the win, and I believe you've caught up with our second place finisher, unwrapping those Hershey Kisses.
I have caught up with our second place finisher, and that is none other than the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Mr. Holloway, congratulations on being on the podium here tonight.
Wow. What a finish.
Absolutely was a great finish. This 21, well, Daniel, I don't know if you know it, but your car number is 21, and to finish where you did, you had to gain 21 spots tonight.
Whew, good number. I love that number. It's always been a good number. But who are you guys? It's been a while on this broadcast, because man, it feels like forever getting in top 3 podium. It's just so hard, especially in this league right now.
Well, this Hershey Kisses 21 does end up on the second step of the podium. Man, you were on fire here tonight. Maybe struggling to get here throughout all the seasons, but someone that we always end up talking to time and time again.
Yeah, it feels like this season's been up and down, so more down than up. But tonight, I told the guys, I said I need to get some points. I need a good finish, because I'm just outside looking in, and it's getting harder and harder getting those bonus points, and especially tonight, right off the start, just a bad mojo. So. And just playing catch up, and then finally after the second stage, it feels like, all right, I gotta do something. Got caught up in that one big wreck. I didn't think I had enough or a lot of damage, because I barely hit Miller, I do believe, and ended up like 140 top speed. So it was more than what I thought, and then it was do or die. So must win to get in. Feels like, even though Logan's done a great job this season, so I need a little bit of his luck going. that horseshoe right now.
Well, man, the 21 ends up in second place here tonight. So nice job getting it done. Shout outs, thank yous, I love yous, things you haven't said yet that you need to.
I want to say shout out to my team Alliance, Jim, Rick, Mark, and little Logie, which he's not getting little anymore. Awesome team as far as in that. This league, OP, like I said, this is one tough cookie. Monday nights, it's got a tough crowd in here just to finish a top 10 and try to get a win. You guys up in the booth, always there, always put a great show on, and all the friends and family who's all watching out there. I'd like to thank all the fans out there too who are watching, and let's hit next week and see if we can do it again. Maybe one more spot.
All right, there you have it. Daniel Holloway, second place finisher here tonight in the Dega 250 and change. Nice job, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
That is Daniel Holloway. And Al, you've caught up with our final step of the podium.
Yeah, we're down here taking a sip of the Guinness that is on this race car. The driver for Meteor Racing, Gabe Butler, and overall a good night. And we saw you at the first stage kind of bail out of that craziness. You pick up the stage 2 win, and then you're going to come home third. Overall a good night. I know you wanted that win here tonight, but it's got to be satisfying being up here on the podium.
Yeah, main thing was to obviously try and win, but we had a good points night, so I'll take that. I kind of had a little bit of damage there at the end. I had 15 minutes repair or 15 seconds repair damage, so it was hurting me a little bit leading. So I was going to be a better pusher no matter what. So I couldn't really lead. So when Hunter got behind me, I said, "Well, yeah, I'll just stay behind him and push him on through."
Overall, he's had a good points night here. Round number 6, as you came in here tonight, you were already 55 points to the plus. We got those stage points. That's going to help in the playoff push. With just 7 races remaining, I believe, after tonight, the outlook for you and your race team, it's got to look pretty good. You got the momentum. You've been running fast each and every week. In Talladega, same with the same. Back to the front. You're able to go from the back to the front with some strategy in the fast race car. It's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, feels real good. Just the rest of the team had a bit of mixed luck tonight, so hopefully next week we can come back and be a little bit stronger and get some points for the rest of the boys here.
Next week we're going to be headed to the bumpy road Daytona International Raceway. That track always fun to race. Watch you guys bounce around out there. How's the outlook headed into round number 7?
I've always considered that track kind of a wild card. It's a fun racetrack. It's challenging, and it's you kind of just gotta hope for the best, man. But we'll see what happens.
We'll find out what happens 1 week's time. But before we let you roll on out of here, we will take and let you roll the red carpet out. Let you thank those that are all behind the scenes that make it possible for you in this team week in and week out.
A big shout out to the boys at Meteor Racing, and hopefully, like I said, we'll have a better week next week. Of course, OP for putting this on, and you guys up in the booth for broadcasting this show. It's always a blast to go back and watch it. I appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate the kind words. Congratulations. Go decompress after what I would imagine a stressful race here at Talladega. Congratulations on your podium. We'll talk to you in 1 week's time.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
There you have it. That's Gabe Butler, KR, that finishes in the 3rd spot for Meteor Racing. And I believe that will do it from Talladega here tonight. We saw a little bit of everything: aggressiveness, side drafting, bump drafting, some big wrecks. And at the end, it was Hunter Reynolds hoisting the trophy for round number 6.
That it was. And so with that being said, guys, thank you very much for joining us here on a Labor Day race. OP Racing Premier Series presents the Dega 250 and change, presented by Butt Kicker. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you all next week. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good night.